especially in Minnesota, you have Mike Freeman, who's had a problem with a lot of the African American people there for a long time, and Keith Ellison now is coming in. He's an African American attorney general who the sheriff and actually Mr. Freeman and the governor have both requested, and that is very, very, very. It never happens, or rarely happens. The attorney general is going to take over a case at the state level. So, I mean, this situation, as we all know, has just taken a life of its own. But I want to say, as an American, as somebody who loves all races and everybody, maybe this will bring us together.
DeWitt, Eklund says she's hopeless, but is there a silver lining anywhere here, or where are you coming in on this?
I don't know that I would weigh in on the side of hopelessness. I'm a civil rights attorney by trade, so I have to have hope, or you fall into despair. I think what's happened thus far has been very characteristic of district attorneys' offices in regards to police or officer-involved deaths. That happens all over the country. That goes for here in California as well. In some regards, I agree with what's been said. I think that the district attorney's office had demonstrated they lacked the will to do what was necessary. That is to prosecute the officers that we all seen with our own eyes were guilty and responsible for the death of Mr. Floyd. However, I think we do know what happens in Minnesota. We do know how bad it gets in Minneapolis, and this was demonstrated just years ago upon the death of Philando Castile, another black man who wasn't committing any crimes, who was killed before our eyes and was told by prosecution and a trial that he was killed legitimately. I think if there is any silver lining right now, it is that we got Ellison, the AG, to step in and perhaps prosecute this thing honestly. I think the other officers involved in this definitely played a role in Mr. Floyd's death, and they should face charges as well.
Eklund, having the AG take over, having all four officers fired instantly by the police chief there, who was part of the demonstrations, who has really been extraordinary in his openness in Minneapolis there. Are you hopeful that this might be different, and at least from the back end of where we are now, that is there a chance here that this may make change, or is this just going to be another chapter in this evolving story?
I mean, to be real honest, I don't think so. Like he stated, Philando Castile happened in Minneapolis and nothing changed. Matter of fact, they were emboldened to do it in front of cameras and were able to roam the streets for 4 days. Then you have if we're going by